Howdy, 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 and welcome to the Red Dirt Aggie Show. I'm Brian, the Red Dirt Aggie. That over there is Hayden Baker. He's back, and this time we can see him.
You can see me. I'm here, man. How you doing?
Doing great, man. How about yourself?
I am doing fantastic, man. We're in a good place right now. We're excited to get this project out, and yeah, just real blessed right now, man.
Yeah, and about the time this comes out, we'll be probably inside of 24 hours of your album dropping,
Heck
man.
yeah,
And I know you're super excited about that. So, I mean, why don't we just start off with that? What are some songs that you're the most excited about on that album, and just tell us a little bit about that whole process.
for sure, man. I mean, I know every artist probably says this, but I'm excited about all of them. It's This project has really been a labor of love over the past 3 years, I guess. I think the oldest song on this album was written back in like January of 21. Is It Cold in Oklahoma? Is that song? So it's really just kind of the best that I had over the past 3 years of writing, which we chose from between like 100 and 150 songs, and we narrowed it down to 10, and then we recorded an instrumental. We recorded a cover song of Brooks and Dunn's "South of Santa Fe," and I got to feature two other Aggies on that, Adam Hill and Wade Hill, which was fun. And I wrote a gospel song that closes out the album. So but if we're to hammer it down, I mean, getting my hero to be on the project, Brad Paisley, is just unbelievable. We've been friends for a few years now, and he's obviously my guitar hero. I've stolen everything you can steal guitar lick wise from him, and he knows it, and we have fun with that. And I had this idea for an instrumental where we kind of trade licks, and then at the end, I play one of his licks like verbatim on purpose, and then he comes in and cuts me off and like yells at me and says, "Call my lawyer," and does all that kind of stuff. So, and we called it "Don't Meet Your Heroes" because
Right.
we both have kind of that sarcastic sense of humor. But that's fantastic, man. I'm excited about the title track is it's called "Barely Getting By." The album's called "Barely Getting By." That one is that's my guitar song. I've been wanting to record a song that really shows off my guitar playing in its greatest light, and I'm super
Right.
excited about that one. It's kind of a modern day working man blues, just about being broke. It seems like you walk out the front door and there goes $100 every day. So so that's what that one's about.
The
But
way it is
to
now.
be yeah, truth be told, I'm excited about them all, man. We covered a lot of different genres and vibes on this project, and I'm very proud of it.
Well, and it sounds like there'll be a little bit of something for everyone. A little bit of a mixture of everything. On that album, and I think it's going to be a great collection of songs. And I mean, you said you picked from would you say around 100, 150 songs? What?
Something like that, yeah.
How do you go through a process? Because I hear that a lot from a lot of artists that come on here. Like they're like, oh, I have a lot of songs. But we're trying to pick ones for the album and stuff. So what's that selection process kind of for? How does that work for you?
It's very, very hard because all these songs that we chose from, I had a hand in writing. So they're kind of, they're your babies. Whether they're a great song or an okay song, you always have an affinity towards the stuff you write. For the most part, there's some duds in there that I've written. Um, but we kind of narrowed it down to like, I think it was like 20 or 30. And I remember we had a long road trip with the band to a show, and I was like, all right, boys, we're gonna listen to all of these, and I want you guys to tell me like which ones we should record on this album. And we got through them all, and they go, "Screw that, just do a double album." He's like this. And I was like, "Well, I can't afford that right now." But so it's hard. It kind of just boils down to most like me in the moment. How can you market them a certain way? Does it fit my voice? Does this fit me as an artist? And that's not to say that the ones that didn't get cut on this project won't get cut on the next project, but it's going to be hard because I'm constantly writing. Um,
Right.
so I like I'm already like this album comes out, whenever this airs tonight or tomorrow or whatever. And for the past like 6 to 8 months, I've been writing since we recorded this project, and I'm already excited to get in and record the next one because I'm like, poof, we got us some songs here, man. So it's a tough process, but it's a good problem to have to be able to choose from a lot of songs.
Well, yeah, just to have that, to have all of those in your pocket, for whenever you might need them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's got to be hard. Some of those songs that you love, just trying to wait for the right moment to put them out and stuff, because you probably are just so excited to want to share those with everyone.
Oh, for sure. There's a couple that I mean I have recorded from a year, 2 years, 3 years ago that I haven't put out yet that I plan on putting out. They just
Right.
it's not the right time for those yet. Kind of keeping in particular in my back pocket. Um, but yeah, it's a crazy process.
Yeah, man. Well, it sounds like it for sure. But I understand you got to work with Brad Paisley on a song, and you also worked with Ronnie Dunn, correct?
I did, yeah. That was super cool too. I was signed at Ronnie's publishing company from 2021 to about 2022, and I got to write three or four songs with Ronnie, and one of them that I wrote with him and Ira Dean, he was in Trick Pony. He's another great songwriter. The three of us wrote a song called "Ain't Gonna Lay This Guitar Down," and I remember it like it was yesterday. It was my first writing trip to Nashville in May of 2021, and Ronnie invited me out to his place to write with him and Ira to kind of see, kind of throw me into the ringer and see if I could handle myself, handle it. And we sat down and started writing this song, and Ronnie was like, "Well, you're a guitar picker. Let's write a guitar song." And we got about a verse and a chorus in, and he looks over at me and he goes, "All right, guitar picker, come up with a lick." Which I usually take a lot of time doing that. Like I usually sit down and like kind of practice a bunch of things and try to come up and get creative. But I got put on the spot by Ronnie friggin' Dunn, so I had to come up with something, and I did. And that exact lick that I came up with that day is what starts that song on the record. So yeah, that was fantastic. I was honored to have the opportunity to write with a guy like Ronnie and a guy like Ira, and to include it on this project is just the icing on the cake.
Yeah, and it just sounds like there's a lot of reasons to be excited about this album, man, and I'm really
Yeah,
looking forward to getting to hear all the hard work that was put in, and just the result of that, with all those songs coming out later
thank you,
this
man. Me
week
too.
on well, tonight at 11 p.m. if you're watching right now.
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully it's tonight.
Oh man, but yeah, looking forward to that. It'll be a great way to kick off the weekend, and then we here at the Red Dirt Aggie Show, I'm heading out to Cattle Country to see that festival over there. So I think that's gonna be a lot of fun
It'll be
too.
fun.
But yeah, man, what else have you had going on lately? It's been so long since we last talked.
Yeah, I mean, it really has. Yeah, so since the last time we talked, I mean, obviously we put out that project, "Growing Pains," the EP, back in May of
Oh
last
yeah.
year. So we've
Hmm.
had some success off of that project. At least I'm here has done well for us. It's closing in on 1 million streams, and just talking has done really well. Midnight
I
Drive,
like
which is
that
one of
one.
my favorite songs, has done well. So we've been kind of riding that high for the past 6 to 8 months, and playing all over, man. We're playing this weekend for the release party. We're going to be in my hometown in Katy at Moe's Place. Um, so excited for that show, and then we're going to be out in Bandera for the first time on Saturday at 11th Street Cowboy Bar with John Wolfe. So that one's going to be fun too. And
Okay.
then we're going to be hitting the road this summer, man. We've got El Paso, we've got Colorado, we've got Amarillo and Lubbock in the works. We've got, I think we're doing a San Angelo show maybe. So we're hoping to fill that calendar up pretty good here, man.
Yeah, man, you got to get over to Henry's Hideout in Plantersville if you haven't got a chance to yet. It's pretty
Man,
cool venue
okay,
over there,
I've
man.
seen. Is it Trent Cowie's done some stuff there, right? I
Yeah,
think.
he played over there not too long ago. Yeah.
Man, I have heard some great things about that place. I would love to get out there.
Yeah, no, it's a cool spot for sure. Like 10 minutes from my house too, so it's my local honky tonk. But
Nice, nice.
uh, real cool place. A bunch of antlers up on the ceiling. I don't know if you ever were in there when they
I've
used to be
seen.
open.
I haven't been there, but I've seen all the videos and pictures of it and stuff. And yeah, it looks awesome.
Yeah, we did a whole episode on it back before they opened. They actually let us come in there and film and stuff.
Heck
It
yeah,
was pretty cool.
nice,
The owner's super cool. All the people over there are cool. So
nice.
check it out if you get a chance. Fun question now.
Come on.
I probably asked you last time, but I'm gonna ask again because now we have video and more people will see it.
There you go.
The beans belong in chili.
Do beans belong in chili? Okay, I make chili every year. I love chili. I actually got third
Okay.
place in a chili cook-off last fall. I want the votes recounted on that because I apparently missed first by like 2 votes. But personally, I don't care. Um, and I usually make it for a bunch of people, some who are from Texas, some who are not. And I just kind of ask, what do y'all want in it? You know? And
Yeah.
some people say beans, some people say they don't. I don't care. I like beans and chili. I usually do the Bush's chili magic. I'll put those in there, like kind of the medium heat.
Yeah.
But I'll do it either way. I'm not. I don't partake in that that
The crazy
debacle,
debate, right?
the crazy debate. It is. I mean, it's chili, man. What do
Yeah,
you
it
call?
gets.
What's the argument? Is like if it's not in it, it's called something else, or if it is, if beans are in it, it's called something else.
I think the argument is just they say Texas chili doesn't have beans, and so
Doesn't have
there's the
beans.
whole argument. Particularly William Clark Green and Rich O'Toole are the two
I've
like
seen Rich's
opposing
stuff.
sides, and
Yeah.
Rich is definitely pro beans, and then you got William Clark Green who's like no, absolutely no beans. So it's just kind of like a
Yeah.
whole thing.
Whatever. I've had it both ways. I like it both ways. I made it both ways, so it doesn't really matter to me. Kind of a lame
Yeah,
answer, but
no, and I mean I'm kind of the same way. I'm like I'll eat it either way.
yeah,
I like to say I'm pro beans because it creates some interesting conversations with all the people that come on here that are hardcore against it.
it does. But I mean, like as I really haven't run into somebody who's like really, when I make my chili, I haven't run into someone who's like hard pressed to say like no, no beans at all. It's Texas. Like no, I don't really. They're like, yeah, whatever. I don't care. So,
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody. I don't think it's like that serious of a thing, for sure.
man, now
But
I want chili. Now I'm gonna go
yeah, I
make
know
some
I'm
chili when
getting
I go.
hungry,
I
right?
wish it was. I'm ready for October again, so it can be chili season.
Fall season too, right?
Football season. Yeah, we got the man. We're gonna kick off with Notre Dame at Kyle and close out with Texas at Kyle this year. What in the world?
And then this summer we get George Strait playing up there.
How about that? Yeah, how
Yeah,
about that? George and Parker and Katie
yeah.
Offerman. I'm gonna be in
That's
town. I'll be in town that day, I guess, because the night before we're doing the Dixie Chickens 50th anniversary party. So
oh wow. So that's the night before that too.
the night
That's
before,
nuts.
yeah. We were filming. You can see the hat. I got the Dixie Chicken hat
Yeah,
on.
that's sick.
We were filming a music video, the music video for "Something I Can't Do," one of the songs on the album. We were filming it at the Chicken at like 8 a.m. on a Monday back in February or January,
The only
and
time you can get in there when it's not crowded.
oh, exactly. And they were talking about because Parker's videographer is the one that did the video for us, so they were kind of hinting and talking about the potential Kyle Field show, and then
Yeah.
around that same time was when I got asked to do the Dixie Chickens party, and I was like, that's gonna be the same dang weekend, isn't it? Holy crap! I better come in like Wednesday
Yeah.
so I don't get stuck in traffic or something. Good lord!
I think the hotels are
But
already like sold out and everything that weekend. It's crazy.
oh, I believe it. My bass player lives there, so we're all gonna probably crash with him, or
Yeah.
I guess I'll be the. It's just me playing, so. Um,
Right.
but yeah, that's gonna be fun, man. Keller Cox is playing, Max Stalling, Dub Miller, and Donis Morris. That's gonna be a fun little show.
Well, and that's cool that they got Aggies to play in there. You and Keller and
Yeah,
all them, and
yeah, it's
Dub
cool.
Miller.
I'm glad that they're. I'm honored to be a part of it. They said, I think the one of the owners or managers saw the music video and they loved it, and they're like, we got to get this guy for the 50th anniversary party. And I
They're
was like,
like,
I'm
what?
sold. I'm there.
Yeah, Dixie Chicken comes calling. You say yes every time when you're
That's
nearby.
right. That is right.
Gig them for sure.
Yeah, man.
Oh man, but yeah, and I mean they don't do music there a whole lot anymore. I know they did, back in the day, but it's been a while, I guess, since they've had like a big show there like that, right?
Yeah, I lived in town for 3 years there, and I only remember one show. I think Jacob Stelly and Keller Cox did a concert in the room with the snake back there. So yeah,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
honored to get the opportunity to play there, man.
yeah. There's just so much history in there for sure.
Oh yeah,
Uh, And you mentioned Brad Paisley, being one of your heroes and stuff. And he actually give you a guitar, some kind of special
He
guitar
did.
over his.
I got it over here.
Let me take a look
He
at
gave
that.
me this Telecaster back in October of last year.
Woo.
It's a 53 Refin, and I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous. It's
Yeah.
he. I remember you can see all of it in its glory. Um,
Oh yeah, man. It's
but
been.
we were having lunch one afternoon in south of Nashville, and we were having lunch to talk about the instrumental, the song he's on my
Yeah.
project, and he was like, "Yeah, I got something for you. The town I'm going to give you. I got a 53 Refin Telly," and I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Why? What are you talking about?"
You're like, you're
I
giving me a
came.
gift after you were just on my.
Like,
song.
what? Okay, how do I repay you? Like this, I'm just forever in your debt, man. This is unreal. And it's literally it's the best guitar I have ever
Yeah.
played. It is unbelievable. Just he's so generous. Um, and
He's a good
yeah,
dude.
it's the coolest thing ever, man. I get to play that like every time if we have a show where there's not a lot of people there, or um, I'm kind of in my head about something going wrong, or just it's not a good night. I just look down at what guitar is in my hands and where it came from, and I'm like, dude, lighten up. It's gonna be a lot worse. You're doing what you're supposed to do, man. So
Yeah, man. And it's just the generosity of people in the music. Well, I was going to say in the Texas music scene, but in the music scene,
oh
just in
yeah,
general as well. But
yeah.
and
It's I've
going
learned
back,
that. It's Go ahead.
or yeah, sorry, I was just gonna say going back to that. Didn't you have like a situation come up where you had some equipment like stolen out of your
Yeah, man.
truck or
That
something, right?
was that was around Christmas time, which is the worst time of year to get your stuff to get robbed. Um,
Yeah, of course.
and yeah, I was doing back-to-back nights at Green Hall, opening for Aaron Watson, and Aaron's become a dear friend over the past couple of years, and yeah, I mean, just another overly generous human being, just wonderful person. And after the first night, I came back to my girlfriend's house here in Austin, and I got back late. It was like 2, 3 in the morning. I was tired. I
Right.
brought my guitars in. Did not bring my two backpacks and my pedal board case into the house, and they cleaned me out. They got probably
Man.
about $7,000 worth of stuff.
Well, yeah, and it's just all people don't realize how expensive all that stuff is. Just
Even the time it took, like I'll show you, my pedal board has just now over the past like couple months been rebuilt. Like look at all this stuff. Like
yeah.
this was stolen. Like how perfectly like wired it all is.
Oh
Like
man.
that was stolen. It cost a lot of money too, but just a lot of time and you know and effort and all that kind of stuff. That was a brutal like 12 hours until I got to the show at Green that night, and
Yeah.
Aaron just made the kindest gesture ever from the stage and told his fans to come by the merch booth and help us out. And boy, did they! And I think we've gotten like everything replaced and paid for, and I now have the proper insurance. All my gear is insured, so you
And
learn
you
that
don't leave
lesson
it
the
in the
hard
car
way.
anymore.
Don't leave it in the car. I made the decision today. I was going to come from my girlfriend's house over to mine to do the podcast, but
Yeah.
I wanted to go get a haircut. But I needed to bring my guitar and stuff over because I was going to do some practicing. And I literally made the call. I was like, no, I'm going to go get my haircut, go back to her house, and then get my guitar, and then go to
Right.
my house. I'm not going to get a haircut, leaving my guitar in the truck, even in broad daylight, because it just you never know. You never know.
Right.
Once it happens once to you, you're scarred for life.
Well, no, and I mean it was funny because right around the time I saw that, was actually the night that I went and filmed over there at Henry's, and I had all my like cameras and
Oh
like
yeah.
I had like a camera and like all the stuff in the car, and I came in to eat. I came in with like pizza or something and set it down. My wife's like, "Well, why don't you just eat and unload the car?" And I said, "No, I saw what happens when you do that. Hayden Baker got all his
Yep.
stuff stolen."
Oh man, I mean, and I didn't even realize, dude, it was such a bad morning because at first I
Oh,
was like, they got my pedal board. I was like, okay, well, I'm good friends with Brian Wampler who makes a lot of the pedals. He might be able to help me out to replace that. That can be replaced. All right. And then I was like, oh dang, they got my show backpack. I have a DI in there, and I got, a mic, and I got this, and I got that, and I was like, okay, that's fine. We have a brand deal with a few folks. They might be able to help us out. And then I
right.
went, oh no, they got my personal backpack, MacBook, Bible, two journals, little DJI clip-on mics. I was like, oh, that was when I was like, dang, this is horrible.
Did they get
So
any of your like songs that were like only saved there or anything, or do you have backups of that stuff or what?
no, I don't think I don't think there was really much worth of crap in those journals. I think that was they got a lot of personal info about me, a lot of really uh deep dark secrets that I was
Yeah.
journaling about. So if
Right.
that ever comes out, you know why. Um, but no, they probably saw that there was a MacBook in that backpack, just dumped it because
Yeah.
you open that MacBook up, you can see where it is and find my Mac or whatever. So,
Yeah.
but no, all my songs they're saved in a cloud and everything, so we're good there.
Yeah, well that that's good.
Yeah. No, the ones in the journals are just those are like ideas um, that are either good or bad. Most of my stuff's in my phone, like it's the Notes app.
Right.
I'm a what am I? I was born in '97. What am I considered? Gen Z, I guess. Millennial.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. I'm 96, so I'm like right around the same thing.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know if
guess
we're
we're I guess
millennials or
we're
Gen
like
Z. It's that
I think we're
tweener,
right on the
but
bridge. Yeah.
yeah.
So I don't know.
Better with
Do
technology
all the
than
stuff with
most of them.
technology. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but not so addicted to it. We still know how to have fun without it.
Exactly. That's what I do. You think about that sometimes. Like, what are our kids and the next generation like? They're just gonna all they're gonna know is technology, and we're gonna be grandparents one day. Like back in the day, we didn't have all that. Like that's gonna be us, and they're gonna be like, oh, how did you live?
Yeah. Yeah,
Like it was
man.
fun. Damn it.
Yeah.
We
We
made
used
our
our
own fun.
brains.
We used
Our
our imagination.
imagination. Imagination.
Exactly.
Like the SpongeBob episode.
Weird times we live in, man.
Weird times for sure. Well, Hayden, thanks for stopping by today, man, and hanging out again on the
Of
Red Nerd Egg
course.
Show.
Yeah, man.
Um,
I'm happy to do it.
and we're really looking forward to hearing your new album. Be sure to check it out tonight at it'll be 11 p.m. in Texas, right?
11 p.m. Central, if all
11
goes
p.m.
according to
Central.
plan.
Yeah, sometimes they have their little glitches on the system there, but we're expecting it to be out at 11. Everywhere you get your music, right? Spotify, Apple, all that.
All over the place, man. We'll have CDs for sale out at shows. In the future, we'll probably have some vinyls as well. So yeah, man, it's exciting. This is a big step in the next chapter for us, and I'm excited to see where it takes us.
Absolutely. Well, as always, gig 'em and God bless. I'm Brian the Red Dirt Aggie. That over there is Hayden Baker, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.